Nephew, follow me. My bad, bro. We in. Sweet. Got about 6 long minutes left. We just need 1 or 2 of you guys. Yeah. Because they be kind of hopping. I be noticing that.
Because it starts at 7, so they're like, oh, shit, I might get on at 7:03.
Just like class. Exactly. They going 1:15, exactly. 1:10. Okay. We got somebody on. Yo, if you're just now logging on, I want you to put your name in the chat box. Let me know your name and the city and state that you're located in. I see you guys logging on. Got a lot of people logging on right now. Hundreds of people logging on right now at this moment. Pretty sure we're going to have thousands across the nation, man. It's going to be a pretty exciting night. Guys, if you're just now logging on, make sure you put your name in that chat box. This is nothing pre-recorded. This is a real webinar. I want to be able to shout you out and know that this will be an engaged webinar. So talk to me. Put your name in the chat box. We got about, I may kick this off about 7:05, 7:07. Let people get time to log on. I noticed it. Grew up to be the same. Destiny. Dennis, good to have you guys. What city and state are you guys from? Come on, guys. Don't be shy to hit me up in the chat box. I want to connect with you guys and let you know this is a real webinar. If you're just logging on, make sure you put your name and the city and state in which you're located in. No, sir. No, sir. We're going to go over some dynamic stuff tonight. Destiny. Oh, South Carolina, go to school in VA. Well, we're good to have you. Good to have you on this webinar. Dennis, from Memphis, but I'm currently in Atlanta for school. That's what's up, man. Good to have you on this webinar. About to have a very, very impactful webinar. Guys, if you're just now logging on, make sure you put your name in the chat box and let me know what city and state you're coming from so I can shout you. Once again, this is real webinar, not one of those fake webinars that you see online all the time. Might need some water. Rashard, Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, sir. Good to have you, man. We got you online. I'm about to give you the information you need. Together. Guys, if you're just now logging on, put your name in the chat box and let me know what city and state that you're coming from. Got about 3 more minutes to the action for people. Guys, if you're just now logging on, make sure you put your name in the chat box and the city and state in which you're located. Dennis, I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to do this webinar, and I'm ready to motivate you guys and get you guys started, man. Guys, once again, if you're just logging on, please put your name and city and state of which you're located so I can shout you out, let you know this is a real webinar. Talk to me. Where are you from? Got a lot of people on. Beltsville. Okay. Tamika, good to have you. Thank you for your engagement. I'm glad to have you on this webinar. I hope to impact you with this information tonight. All right. Got some time. Oh, we got some water. Got about 2 more minutes. Give people time to log on. Guys, if you're just now logging on, make sure you put your name in the chat box and the city and state of which you're located in, okay? Okay, there we go. A lot of engagement. Guys, for you just logging on, make sure you put your name in the chat box for me so I can see you, talk to you. Guys, this is not a pre-recorded webinar. This is live. We are live right now. I am coming to you from the comfort of my home. Rachel, what up, Rachel? Where are you from? I should win that. Guys, if you're just logging on, Monterey, California. Wow. Rachel, we got you all across, all the way on the West Coast. She signed up. Oh, Rachel. Good. I'm going to talk to you very soon, Rachel. Good to have you on this webinar. Jack told me a lot about you, and I cannot wait to talk to you. Thank you for engaging on this webinar and putting your name and city and state of which you're located in. Grover, what's up, man? We back at it. Back on the webinar from Memphis. Thank you, man. Thank you for getting back on. Lance, what up, Lance? Rachel said, yeah, Jack is cool. That's what's up. Yes, Jack is the man. Lance, where are you from, man? What city and state are you from? Chicago. Chi-Town in the building. Good to have you. Good to have you. It looks like more people are logging on. I know it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to give them about 5 minutes, about 7:05. Make sure you guys have a pen and paper ready. Once again, if you're just logging on, put your name in the chat box and the city and state in which you're located. James, what up, James? North Carolina. Man, everybody's logging on right now. This is pretty cool. Wow. Rachel said, I'm actually packing to go camping. So do you mind calling me on Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday is great, Rachel. I will call you on Tuesday. As a matter of fact, I'm going to note that right now. Okay. James said he ready for some food. I'm going to make sure you. Tasha, we got Cordova in the building. Right around the corner. Rachel, okay, cool. Thank you so much. You won't miss the call. Trust me, I'm very intentional. Once a student signs up in my program, I immediately give them a call, Rachel. So we are going to have a game plan talk. We got Houston in the building. Nevada, California, New York, Florida, Alabama, Arizona, St. Louis. Okay, we in the building. I'm going to give it about 3 more minutes, guys. Get ready. Guys, if you're just logging on, make sure you put your name in the chat box in the city and state. Messiah, Plainfield, New Jersey. Good to have you. Looks like it's a Ricky Houston. Ricky Houston, where are you from? Got about 2 more minutes. Everybody's still logging on. They must be just not getting those emails. All right, guys. Log on. Somebody put, I buy houses. Messiah, get your, hey, advertise. If someone calls this number and networks with you, I hope something comes from it. I'm not hating on you. But if you're just not logging on, please put your name, city, and state in which you're located in so I can know you're on, you're engaged. Guys, this is not a pre-recorded webinar. This is live. And I'm going to open up a Q&A for you all because I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions at the end of this webinar about the product. So just hold tight to the end, and I'm going to answer each and every one's question. All you have to do is type in the question in the chat box, and I'm going to answer it for you guys. I got a lot of surprises in this webinar, something very, very dynamic. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to log on, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. One minute. One more minute. Guys, if you're just logging on, make sure you put your name, city, and state in which you're located in so I can talk to you guys, okay? MJ, Memphis, good to have you. Thank you for taking your time to log on into this webinar and put your name in that chat box. I appreciate it. Any questions you have, please hold it to the end and I'm going to help you out. Smiles, another Memphian. Thank you for joining this webinar and putting your name and city in which you're located in. I hope I impact you with this webinar tonight. Monterio, there we go. Marquise, ATL. Man, they logging on. All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's go ahead and dive into the wholesale revolution. How to flip houses on autopilot. Ontario says he's from Byhalia. Byhalia in the house. I got family members out there. Shouts out to Byhalia, Mississippi. Let's go. All right, guys. Remember, have a pen and paper or a pencil and pad ready so you can take notes, okay? Now, I want you to know something very important. True freedom is created in real estate, okay? Wholesale real estate is the easiest way to create huge profits if you want to create true freedom for your life, okay? I'm going to show you tonight how to flip houses on autopilot and become a money printing machine. We're also going to talk about my secret unfair advantage that helps me find extremely discounted houses and hot leads, something that a lot of people are looking for right now, okay? Now, I want you to know that you can travel, you can pay for those things you always wanted, or most importantly, take care of your family. You know, this is the most important thing that you can do. Not only make money, but position yourself to take care of your family that's in need, okay? Now, when you know you can wholesale real estate, you will always have income. I want you to remember that. Now, talk about how you can do this while maintaining a full-time or part-time job. And I get that a lot. You know, hey, Rico, I work a full-time job. Will I have enough time to be able to, you know, focus on this business with me working a full-time job? And we're going to talk about that. All right. Now, today's agenda. Today's agenda is real estate profits. Real estate profits. We're going to talk about how to find underpriced houses that you can flip for massive profits, even if you never looked at a house before. I mean, this is so easy that, you know, a 10-year-old can do it. How to find buyers so you don't have to risk any of your own money. You're not going to a bank to apply for a loan. You're going to be flipping pieces. And I'm going to talk about that later on. Now, I'm going to show you how to sell these properties fast and get that money. And that's something that 90 to 95% of the competition out there are missing. They don't know how to get that money. They make everything so difficult and overwhelming in the beginning, and they don't have to. Okay. Now, I'm also going to talk to you about why the time is right now to get into this hot market, despite what you might hear from the naysayers and this media out here. Okay, because I'm in the game full time each and every single day, and this is how I pay my bills. Okay, now, as I promised you in the beginning, I'm open up for you guys for a live Q&A at the end. Once again, for you guys that's just logging on, make sure you put your name in that chat box and the city and state in which you're located in. We're going to have a real Q&A for all your questions that you may have. I want you to hold them until the end, and I'm going to answer them, okay? All right. Now, this is why you should listen to me, guys. You know, be that typical arrogant, egotistical, so-called self-help guru out there. I just want to state facts right now so you guys can understand me tonight on this webinar. I am actually a full-time wholesale real estate investor with over 150 active deals. I've done that. You can research, and that has been documented, okay? That I have been in this business for over 8 years, and I have taken my time to do that. Not only that, I have over 150 active students, okay? 150 students across America, not just here locally in Memphis. I want you guys to know that. I've sold over $100 million in property value since 2013, and that's a fact, okay? I've also sold over 450 residential and commercial properties since my time of being in this business. That's very phenomenal, guys, okay? I'm also an annual six-figure earner. I earn an annual six figures every year from wholesaling alone. That's not buy and hold. That's not taking the property, renovating, and flipping it on a retail market. I make that wholesaling, all right? And from the success of me having 150 active students across America and me doing over 450 deals, I've been featured on ABC News. So I think that I have a strong amount of credibility to be able to teach you guys and put you in the right direction when it comes to wholesale real estate, okay? All right. Now, yes, this sounds crazy. I know it's possible. I know you probably heard this, but I can prove it to you, show you why I can prove it to you, because those so-called out there, you know, you see them on the videos talking about what they can do, but you never get the actual up close and personal, the true testimonials. You never see the pictures of the people that's actually getting deals. Program people. And I put it in the wholesale business and investors. And I can prove that to you through my testimonials. You know, that's why when some people go on my Instagram and they scroll down, they're like, man, there are so many people getting checks. How are you doing it? Because I am providing true accountability. I'm actually walking them through their deals. I'm not leaving them out there by themselves. And I think that's something that's very powerful, guys. You know, and this is something that's more important to me. You know, I like to make a lot of money. You know, I've helped people all across the United States, but most importantly, I've developed relationships with real people, and they know that I'm genuine and real. And there is no feeling like that. You know, I can sleep a long time and sleep very good, knowing that my company is producing real results for people out here. And these people are, you know, normal people with normal jobs. And some of them have been able to leave their jobs because of my program and provide a better in wholesale real estate. And I wanted to actually read some of these testimonials that's on this webinar to see how real it is. And Mario, my superstar students actually made $30,000 a month with this guy. If you don't believe me, actually search his name on Facebook and send him a direct message right now and ask him, hey, did you make $30,000 with Rico, and see what he says. But let's read it. It says, shout out to my partner, Rico Smith. Closed my second wholesale real estate deal with him today. If you are wanting to get in the game, reach out to him. He has a great program that not only teaches you about wholesale real estate, but because you will encounter on a daily basis. That's a powerful, powerful testimony, because that's something that I hold dear to my heart. I don't just teach you the real estate strategies, but I give you the self-development tools to equip yourself to get ready for the obstacles that's presented in front of you. And that's something a lot of these coaching programs don't offer you. And I think that's something that can separate my coaching program from the other programs that's out there. All right, let's read another one. It says, I've previously contacted you back in July of 16. I purchased books, I've YouTube, Google, and all sorts of other things. I've literally just watched the system video, and man, it has me with the chills. That was a great breakdown of the entire system. I am a single mom, and creating worth for my children is my #1 goal. I am ready to work, and I am ready to put forth the effort. What's next? Guys, that's a powerful testimonial. And that person actually is enrolled. And when they put that in the chat box in the support system on our website, that person took action and got in our program and is an actual student right now. And I think that is a very, very powerful testimonial, guys. All right. Now, I wanted to promise you something. I want to give you a free bonus if you've seen of this webinar. It's very, very important because I want to give you my ultimate 15-point home inspection checklist. And guys, this has taken me over 8 years to develop. And basically, to me, it's worth over $300. You know, and I said, since this webinar is so long and people are logging on for free, taking out their time to stay to listen to this information, I want to give it to you for free. So if you stay until the end, you're going to get this directly in your email. And this is a foolproof way of you going to be able to estimate a house with this checklist, giving it to you, having them estimate the repair to a T. Okay, guys, this is important. I want to give you that as a bonus. All right, now I want to give you guys my story in 2 minutes. Now, you know, I'm very transparent about my background, guys. You know, mother was in the streets. My father did time in the penitentiary, and I was blessed to be able to be raised by my grandmother and grandfather, my 2 grandmothers and my grandfather, and they pushed me through school. And guys, it led me up to going to college. And when I went to college, I just had a knack for getting rich. I had a burning, sensational desire to get rich because even though I was living a good lifestyle, I had to watch my mom and dad suffer. And that drove and led a desire in me to just get rich. I was tired of sitting in school. I was tired of listening to these professors tell me these theoretical concepts in order for me to get a job in which I was going to have to pay so much debt back. So I dropped out. Okay. I dropped out of college and I told myself, I want to do real estate and I'm going to make $1 million from it. And that's what I'm going to do. And I chose my niche in wholesaling. Okay. When I dropped out of college, guys, I went to go live with my grandfather. God rest his soul, in South Memphis. And he took me in with open arms. He said, grandson, I wanted you to go to school, but if you want to get yourself together, come on and live with me. And I went to live with my grandfather for that time. And it was a very dark period. You know, I struggled in wholesale real estate. And for the 3 years of me being in wholesale real estate from living with my grandfather, I struggled. I remember nights sometimes not going back home to my grandfather with 500 bandit signs in my back seat, being so tired that I would sleep in my backseat of my Kia Optima, as you can see right here in the bottom left corner before I got my 645. I slept in the backseat of that car at nights because I was so driven to succeed. And I was waiting till that one phone call came in for me to convert that deal so I could transform my life. And, you know, like I said, I struggled in that 3-year period and I did not get a deal. Imagine that. You got so many people that's out there. They're like, man, I haven't got a deal. It's been 6 months or, you know, it's been 100 days and I'm going crazy. Guys, in my first 3 years of me being in the business, I didn't get a deal. From getting conned, from paying my money from these so-called self-help gurus to me finding out that they did not provide true accountability, you know, and I had to figure it out for myself. And that's what I did. Now, in that process, I discovered a magical system, which I'm going to talk to you about a little later, but that system changed everything for me. And if it wasn't for me figuring out that system, I would still be in that same rut of where I was at years ago. And now flash forward 6 years later, everything has changed dramatically. I mean, I've had, you know, right here when I turned 23, I went from the 645, my first foreign coupe vehicle, BMW. I was able to move out of my grandfather's house. I was able to create my MadPaper coaching program, as you can see here with my first 3 students here locally in Memphis, Tennessee. You know, and I transitioned my life, and that was very, very powerful. And now I'm able to take that information and help other people's lives, guys. And this is, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, this sounds crazy, but it's not. I want you to meet Denarius Caesar here, as you can see in this picture. He's 27 years old. He has 4 kids, and he's married. He drives trucks for FedEx full time. And guys, he has crazy hours. works almost 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. And, you know, when he came to me, he was like, you know, I seen your program online. You look like a real person. And I want to take everything that you are learning and apply it with massive action. And I mean, he literally took what he said and ran with it. You know, when he got into the program, he closed on 2 deals in his first 2 months. In his first 2 months, a lot of my students take time, but he came in his first 2 months and hit the ground running. He generated over $10,000 since working with me. No excuses. This guy, I'm in Memphis, and he comes across the bridge from Arkansas just to go to the class every single Saturday to get the information. This guy has no excuses. And you got to think about it. He knew nothing beforehand about wholesale real estate. Think about that. So many people allow that phobia to get them to not do anything because they don't know anything about it. He took the information and ran with it, guys. That's powerful. Now, I want to tell you why you must commit to discovering how to wholesale effectively, okay? Now, do you want to wake up to that nosy alarm clock going to a job that you hate? Think about that. Or if you love your job, just imagine what an extra 5 or 10K could do for you. Think about that right now. Eddie, how you doing? I see you in the chat box. How you doing, Eddie? Or if you love your job, just imagine what an extra 5 or 10K a month could do for you. Think about it, guys. Are you tired of being around broke, miserable people that you don't want to be around? How many of us are sick and tired of waking up and being around broke, busted, and disgusted people? You know, it's a saying that if 5 of your friends are broke, busted, and disgusted, you're going to be the 6th one. Now, what's the alternative if you don't figure out how to do this? What are you going to do? What's the next option? What's the next plan? What's the next route? Think about that. That's something to contemplate on. Now, guys, I want to show you why this is the best time to get into real estate. The market is hot right now. Look into the major publications that I've researched and put on this webinar for you to see it right now. Forbes, the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Bloomberg. If you do not take heed to what is going on in the market, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. This is a serious business. And if you play it right, you can literally retire yourself. And I want to show you how to do that. Now, what I'm about to reveal is how to flip your first property for a profit in the next 90 days without a real estate license. That's right. You always get that saying from somebody, you know, when you're dealing with wholesaling, hey, you have to have your license. You know, I remember when I started, my auntie she was like, hey, boy, you dealing with real estate, you better have your license. How you doing real estate and you ain't got no license? I had to tell, look, auntie, this is something different from being a real estate agent, okay? An agent requires you to go to a certification class to get licensed. You can list properties for certain companies. That's fine. But you can also partake in wholesaling, which you can have the option of controlling a piece of paper and assigning your end rights to the end buyer. All right? That's how I can show you to flip houses with no license. Now, guys, get your pen and pad out. It's time to learn. 3-step whole process. The 3-step wholesale real estate process. Finding underpriced houses, which is very key, a very keen strategy. That's one of the biggest things wholesalers, rookie wholesalers are screaming about. Okay, I know how to wholesale, but where are the buyers? I'm going to show you how to find them. Locking properties under contract and closing the deal. How does that look? What is that all about? I know many of you guys can't wait to see this, and I'm going to reveal it to you tonight. Unlike most of these so-called gurus that's out here, they're only giving you half of the information. Now, how to find underpriced houses. What is an underpriced house? An underpriced house in our world, in the wholesaling world, is an off-market property that can also be called a property that the owner is thinking about selling, but has begun to pursue the sale. The definition may be wide, but regardless, all off-market properties are good. They mean less competition for the sale, quicker sales, and better deals. We are not looking for retail properties on the MLS. The competitive market has already reached those properties, guys. We want to find something that's off-market. Now, what are some examples of off-market properties that you can see at the bottom? absentee owners, foreclosures, for sale by owners, tax sales, code violations, divorces, inherited properties. Okay, this is something that we're going to target. These people are motivated. This allows us to get the properties at half off. Now, guys, if I'm giving you clear information tonight, if you feel like everything has been, if you understand everything that I'm saying, I want you to press 1 in the chat box. Let me see you press 1 in the chat box, and let me know that I'm actually doing a good job and you want me to move forward, guys. Let me see you press 1. This is not a pre-recorded webinar. This is real. Thank you, Destiny. I see it. You guys can hear me loudly and clear. Let me see you press 1, guys. Thank you, Eddie. Michael, John, Chicago, thank you. Tamika, thank you. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Okay. Kenneth, thank you. James, I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Trent. Appreciate you guys. All right, I'm going to keep moving forward. There's a lot of ones that just came in. All right, thanks. Okay. All right, now we're moving forward, y'all. I hope you got your pen, paper, and pencil ready because I'm going to talk to you and give you a secret of how we find these owners. This is a big question mark. We've all been there, especially if we're in real estate. We've driven neighborhoods and we've seen vacant properties in nice neighborhoods. So we've seen lower income neighborhoods and we've sat there and pondered, okay, I can write this address down, know where it's located, but how can I call the owner? How can I locate that owner and start negotiating a deal to sell to my end buyer? Guys, I want you to write this down. To find the owners of vacant properties and absentee properties when you're driving is Intellius.com. www.intellius.com. You're going to be able to utilize this service and locate the owners of vacant houses. This is very, very impactful. You know, I'm going to give you. Don't just write it down and forget about it. Be intentional. To be successful in life is pretty now. And there's no telling how long you've been waiting on to figure out how to locate a vacant property owner. There you have it. I'm going to give it to you for free, and it's real. Okay? So utilize it. www.intellius.com. That's how you find these owners. And guys, these owners can't wait till you call them because they need you. They've been sitting on this house maybe for years. A relative may have passed and left the deed in their name, and they may live out of state. So when you research their name, this provides the most accurate and updated information from billions of records. Intellius is one of the most powerful people searchers that you can use. To be honest, bounty hunters use them. That's how they. All right. And we need to find you when you've got a vacant house. We need to find you. And so I've used Intellius to become successful with this strategy. So guys, harness it and use it. All right. All right. Let's move on to the next. Bandit signs. Bandit signs. One of the most powerful ways of finding motivated sellers. And guys, I know this is something you all have read about. You've seen it online. If you've even thought about getting into wholesaling, I know that you were like, wow, I need to get some bandit signs. I need to get some bandit signs. Guys, yes, you do. You need to get bandit signs. I have pictures here when I first started out. I'm talking about 19 years old at the first left picture here with my number. And as you can see, what I want you to do is when you get bandit signs, and you start to utilize them in your marketing campaigns, when you buy them, I want you to buy them blank, whether they're yellow, whether they're red, whether they're highlighted green, whatever color you choose. I want you to handwrite on them in the beginning. The reason being, and you know, as you progress and get more deals, you can become a person who pre-prints your signs, as I have here, money, and they are effective as well. They work too, just as long as you don't have a 1-800 toll-free number on that bandit sign. But you're going to handwrite on your bandit signs because motivated sellers work psychologically. If they're in a dire state and they look at a bandit sign that's either on the ground and it has a toll-free number and it has, you know, a number that may seem not in that local area, you're going to that number pick up. They bandit signs. They're going to something that I can call and actually talk to. That person is actually going to pick up the phone. That's a little secret that most people overlook. They don't know that. Well, Rico, I mean, your bandit signs look kind of sloppy. You mean to tell me they're going to call you off that? Yes, and I've done it. As you can see in this picture right here in the center, I would take 500 bandit signs. I would stuff them in my trunk. I would stuff them in my back seat till it was overflowing, and I would not come home till the rest of my signs were out. Not only that, I would have to individually write on my signs. That's real work, and that's real effort that you have to put into your wholesaling business to become successful. Most of these guys think you can get in this business and get rich quick. No, this is a journey. So it takes time. So guys, hand write on those signs. Now, when you make more money, then you can graduate to investing in pre-printed signs here. But let me tell you something with the process of getting these bandit signs, guys. I don't think like 90% of the competition is about 10 to 20 or 30 bandit signs and put them in, think that you really exalt yourself. No, you have to go above and beyond in this business to win. How bad do you want it? Development gets involved. When I start, like I said, I would get 500 bandit signs. I would wake up in the morning. I wouldn't come home till it was 3 a.m. That's how bad I wanted it, because if I failed, my family would suffer. You have to think like that. If you don't think like that, then why are you putting yourself in position anyway? You just want to make money, guys. This is deeper than money. It was nice where it would be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. My friends would not even help me put out the bandit signs because they wanted to go to the nightclub. But I had a vision. I had a vision so bright, and I knew that I was going to get deals. I knew that I was going to get them. And so when you get your order of bandit signs, guys, order in bulk. Order in bulk. Don't order 50 and I'm going to go put out 50 today and think I'm going to do something big. No, don't BS yourself with this strategy. You have to work hard. The more work you put into this business, the more you will reap, guys. Bandit signs are a powerful way of making your phone ring consistently. I mean, this is, I can't express it enough to you. So make sure you harness this strategy. And before I go over, I want you to around this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look it up on my phone right now, because on my last webinar, I actually made a mistake and gave out the wrong. I'm not going to do that tonight. Not going to do that tonight. Guys, I'm back. I'm back. Can you let me know your screens are working? We had a glitch. We had so many people logging on that it just shut it down. Guys, let me know if your screens are back working. Please chat it, put it in the chat box that your screens are back working. We have an alarming amount of people logging on right now. It's playing. Tamika said no, mine's not. Tawana said hello. It's loading. She said it's loading. Tamika said it's loading. James, okay, people can hear me working. Dominique said working, so I think it's coming back on. Guys, let me know if I'm back. She said I can see you in the background, but it's loading. Still loading. Okay, I'm not going to start until it gets back on, guys. They said loading, but they can hear me. That's good. Thank you guys for staying on. We have a lot of people logging on. Guys, the webinar started at 7. I appreciate you logging on, but please, when I do the webinar, you have to come in on time. Please come in on time. You're knocking me out, and I have people getting this information. It's not your fault. I'm glad you're here, but man, no, guys, it's not your fault. We have this is the most amount of people we've had on this webinar, so bear with us. Okay, guys, are we back? Are we okay? James, Tamika, are we good? Do I need to continue now? Destiny, Dennis. I don't know. Dennis said still loading. Okay, he said still loading, bro. It's still loading, man. No, don't continue yet. Okay, Tamika said no. I'm not going to start yet, guys. I'm going to wait. So part of me is a parlay my wrist. I wonder why it's not working. Maybe you want to try on this computer. Man, it just threw us out of whack. No, he will not stop greatness. He won't stop, James. We're going to get this done. Yes, sir. He will not stop. We're going to figure this out right now. Maybe we need to bring it a little closer. So pardon me as a parlay my wrist. Everybody's still hanging around, man. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. We're gonna make this work. All right, so we're back. We're back, guys. If you are away from your computer, if you went to the refrigerator in the kitchen to get something to drink, yo, I'm back on. Rico, this Rogers, man. Y'all, Rico been on point and doing this thing since we met in college back in 2009. Yo, what up? What up, Rogers? Man, appreciate that shout out, bro. That's what's up, man. Eddie, you back in? Got you. We all good, man. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue on driving for dollars. That's what we were kicked out on. Driving for dollars. Driving for dollars is a very, very effective way of finding motivated sellers because you're basically doing an aggressive approach to pulling up to these absentee and vacant properties. And when you find out that these properties are distressed in an area, you are to write that address down. And in order to locate that owner of that property, what you're going to do is utilize what I just told you for free, Intellius. You're going to put that address in Intellius.com and you're going to research that owner. That's one of the ways of getting your lead. So if you're waking up, okay, what can I do today to be a wholesaler? What can I do today to right now to get a deal actively and get it sold to a buyer? Go out there in a nice area and look for an abandoned property that looks vacant, look like it has been unattended to for a certain amount of time. Get that address down, write it down, and put it in Intellius so you can retrieve the owner's information and give them a call and ask them about their property. It's that simple, guys. But once again, let me say this. With driving for dollars, don't think you could just, let me go on my car, look at maybe 5 houses a day. That's not going to be effective, okay? You have to go above and beyond. Make a goal of looking at least 50 to 100 houses a day. I can hear some of you now, 50 to 100 houses, God dang. Yes, that's what you literally have to do. Set aside some gas money specifically for this. You don't have time to do anything else. You need to perfect your craft and learn how to properly get a deal done. If you don't got no money in your pocket or you're trying to figure out how you're going to invest in a mentor or a coach, you need to go out there and drive for dollars. This is one of the most effective ways that I was able to get deals for myself. Okay, so utilize this strategy, but exhaust yourself with the strategy. This is how it's going to be effective. All right, let's move forward. My favorite one, direct mail marketing. Direct mail marketing. As you can see here, direct mail is the creation of either letters or postcards that can be sent out to motivated sellers, either from you individually or a large data source company, in which I'm going to talk about. Okay. Now, an example of a postcard of what a direct mail postcard would say when it's going out to properties is here. It says, "Hi, my name, I'm Rico Smith," for example. Oh, I actually got it here. It says Jack. Here it is. "Hi, my name is Jack, and I would like to buy your property at," in parentheses is where the address would be located of that absentee owner. And you will put, "Please call me at 901-300-6605. Thanks, Jack Simon." That basically allows that motivated seller who's in need to read that postcard immediately and allow them to know that a cash buyer wants to buy their home before an agent reaches out to them, so that before an agent puts it on the MLS. Direct mail allows you to be first in contact with a motivated seller. Think about that. Think about having a pile of motivated sellers in your hand, right in your hand, and you had a magic option of sending out a massive amount of letters to these motivated sellers. And these motivated sellers just start to instantly give you a call because they received the postcard that you sent them. And they're going to call you with a juicy deal where you can get that deal at a 50% off market value. That's how powerful that direct mail marketing is. Direct mail marketing is something that it has taken my business to another level. I know that I personally talked to you guys about bandit signs tonight, driving for dollars and utilizing Intellius. Those are highly effective, and those have helped me get deals, but I will admit they are very hard. They are difficult. Okay. But direct mail, it created an easy way for me to be able to have my phone to ring For me to be able to just drive while I'm looking for houses, to have a motivated seller to just call my phone and immediately give me the opportunity to negotiate a deal was something different and uncanny to me. And it still is. Direct mail is like a seventh wonder of the world. It allowed me to make my first deal at $20,000. You know, that's huge. And I didn't look back. And the key with direct mail marketing is to be consistent in your marketing campaigns. You can't just do your direct mail marketing, and if you don't get a deal from it, feel unmotivated to not want to do it again. You got to realize it's a numbers game. The more consistent you are in mailing out your direct mail marketing, the more you will be successful. And from doing your direct mail campaign, it will allow you to become an ultimate wholesale real estate investor. The reason being is because when you do your direct mail campaigns and you get a rejection, guess what? That doesn't mean you're a failure. You have the opportunity to learn how to negotiate. You have the opportunity to learn how to go set up an inspection. You have the opportunity to go online and learn how to do your online due diligence, all because of what direct mail provided the opportunity for you to do. Think about that. But not only that, direct mail allows you to build your lead count ratio. Okay? And that's your numbers. You got to know your numbers, guys. If you don't do your direct mail for 12 months, it's just going to be something that you won't see success in wholesale real estate. You got to invest in your direct mail every single month, just as you're going to pay your phone bill, just as if you're going to invest in that Netflix entertainment bill. You got to cut something out and sacrifice and make sure you put direct mail in your marketing channel. It's going to help you. Okay. Now, most people say, well, man, I've tried direct mail and I haven't got a deal. It just doesn't work for me. You haven't been consistent enough. You haven't tracked your phone calls enough. You haven't followed up enough from your original list. And this is something that I walk my students through in my coaching program. And I'm going to tell you something. When you meet these real multimillionaire buyers, they're going to ask you, well, hey, do you do direct mail marketing? Well, if you do, what are your numbers? And remember when I said lead count ratio? In the ABC layman's terms, what that means is if you track your leads that come in every single month for 12 months. And for example, for me, when I started out, I did 1,000 leads. And from 1,000 leads, I would get 50 phone calls from my direct mail marketing. And from 50 phone calls, guess what, guys? I would have to negotiate, differentiate, and see what good deals were in there. And I would only close on 5 of them. Yes, out of 1,000 leads, 50 phone calls, I will only close on 5 deals. But from those 5 deals, I would average between $2,500 to $5,000 a house. So for me tracking my leads and writing it down and sacrificing my first 12-month period of being in the business, I was able to dictate my monthly income and see that I can make $15,000. So if I met a multimillionaire, he came to me and asked me, well, what are your numbers in direct mail? What do you do? I can easily convey to him, well, sir, I do 1,000 leads a month. From those 1,000 leads, I get 50 phone calls. From 50 phone calls, I average and differentiate between 5 deals. And from those 5 deals, I make between $25,000 to $5,000 a house. So I make about $15,000. I know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, they're not going to work with you. So you got to track what you're doing in direct mail. This is real. This gets intense. And that's how you become an ultimate wholesale real estate investor. You're not going to learn it anywhere else because they don't got time to break that down to you. I'm giving you this game for free. I hope you guys are taking notes. And so what we're going to do is push you and propel you to wake up and know that direct mail is what's going to be the answer for your business, guys. So I hope you take heed to it. All right, let's move forward. The next magical juice, how to find buyers. The internet is so easy to, once again, a 10-year-old child can do it. But people make it so difficult, guys. What you're going to do is you're going to utilize Google and LinkedIn. Let's talk about Google first. One of the questions I get is, Rico, how can you help people out of state if you're in Memphis? How can you help a client that's in Chicago? How can you help a client that's in Atlanta or in Florida or in, California even? And you're just in Memphis. Well, I'm going to tell you something. In order for us to work together, the first thing that we have to do is develop your foundation of finding buyers. And most people do not understand that multimillionaire buyers in your local city, they pay millions of dollars of being in the search engine on Google. They want to be number one. When motivated sellers on anyone research these companies or certain keywords, they want their company to be the number one company that pops up. It's common sense. So if I got a student in Houston that's ready to set up an effective direct mail marketing campaign, the first thing I'm going to have them do is go on Google and type in Houston, Texas real estate investors, Houston, Texas real estate investment companies. It's that easy. But you know what? People have a phobia of getting outside their comfort zone and doing this because they make it so difficult and hard. Man, I got to go pay a overpriced coach to get this information. No, you don't. You don't have to pay an overpriced coach to get this information. You could pay a nice fee to get this information, or you could get this information for free like you're doing right now. And when you put that information in Google, what's going to happen is all the companies are going to pop up in Houston. And when these companies pop up, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to give them a phone call and introduce yourself and develop relationships with the buyers. When you develop genuine relationships with them, they're going to take your business above and beyond, unlike the competition. And so your main aim with these buyers is to build 5 relationships with them in your local market. That's what I have my students do out of the states. I don't care where you at. When you develop 5 relationships with 5 buyers, we're going to get 5 zip codes from each of those 5 buyers. So we can have a targeted area of where we're going to set up a direct mail campaign. You got so many people out there getting into wholesaling. Oh, I'm going to massively market it anywhere. And they don't even have any relationships with buyers. That's insane. You have to cultivate relationships with buyers first. And this is an aggressive approach on finding them, guys. Google. Man, I didn't know it was that easy. Yes, it's that easy. But do you have the balls? Do you have the nuts? And do you have the wherewithal to get your butt up and go outside and shake these people's hands and set up an appointment with them? Most people are afraid of it. They want to hide behind a laptop and they want to send out emails, but never want to show their face. You have to build a solid foundation before you start investing into these, Podio systems and all these systems and procedures with these virtual assistants out here. That's why you don't know this strategy. That's why it's so hard to find buyers. You lost your personal touch. When you build your personal touch back up and you have self-confidence, you can say, hey, my name is Rico Smith. I'm in the local market and I see that you buy houses here in my local area. I would love to reach out with you and set up an appointment to get 5 zip codes so I can set up a targeted marketing campaign. And when you call those buyers with that type of enthusiasm, they're going to feel that. They're going to see that you're the real deal and not no BS. And they're going to know that you're not going to waste their time like the rest of these wholesalers do because they're so worried about money. When you call them and you structure your conversation like that, they know that you want to build a relationship. The more successful their company is, the more you will be successful, guys. The more great deals you provide them, the more successful you will be. This is how you find your buyers. Well, Rico, I called a few buyers on Google and some of them said that they didn't want to work with me. So what? It's not going to be easy. Just because I'm giving you this strategy right now, you think you could just immediately go on Google and call them and think somebody going to work with you? It takes 7 no's to get 1 yes. Just as I said in the bandit sign section, just as I said in the driving for dollars section, when you see those companies pop up, get ready to make some phone calls. Out of the 10 phone calls you make, 5 out of 10 is great. You did good. So build relationships with those and build your business the way you need to. Google. It didn't cost you a dime to do this. It was free. All right. Now, when you're doing a detailed search of the buyers in Google, and I get this a lot. Sometimes they say, well, Rico, I put in top 10 real estate investment companies in Florida. And I say, okay, great. Well, what we got? Well, I only saw 2. Something isn't right. You're not looking detailed enough. When you put in Florida real estate investors, or when you put in Florida real estate investment companies, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click on the first tab at the bottom that says more posts. Screenshot this, please, because you're going to do a search. It's going to say more posts. Please click on that. Because immediately, as soon as you click on more posts, more companies will pop up. You're going to be shocked at all of the real estate investors that's around you right now. You're going to be shocked. Some of you you live about 2 blocks away from some of these buyers. But you make so many excuses within yourself that you pause, that you freeze. This is how I built my business up. I got tired of not having no buyers. I got tired of getting conned and scammed by these so-called coaches and gurus that were promising me true accountability that I got in myself. This is how you do it. Ain't nobody gonna tell you this like me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But it's about how bad you want it. Now let's move on to the next slide. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, of course, a powerful way to network with business individuals, like-minded individuals that work in our arena, such as our careers. We might be doctors, lawyers, business owners, CEOs of certain companies. We can network on LinkedIn. But the one secret about LinkedIn that people do not know about is the LinkedIn Premium. The LinkedIn Premium. You can actually find buyers this way. Now, I know I hear some of you, well, I got a LinkedIn account already. I know what you mean, Rico. I've actually networked with people and I built relationships, but you guys have not got on LinkedIn Premium specifically for your wholesaling business to specifically find buyers. That's what we're going to find right now. Excuse me, guys. I got to blow my nose for a second. Woo. All right. So you're going to find buyers this way immediately for your wholesaling business. And you're not going to just find no rinky-dink buyers. We need big multi-millionaire buyers. We need hedge funds. We need private equity firm buyers. We need buyers with over $5 to $10 million accredited in funding. Now I can hear you say, well, Rico, does this cost? Yes, LinkedIn Premium does cost. And I want you to get in on the lowest entry level fee, which is $40. It only costs you $40 a month to have this access. But guess what it does? LinkedIn Premium gives you direct access to the CEOs of these companies, in which you don't have to send an invite and wait a couple of days and pray that they see your invite. You don't have to do that anymore. I'm talking about big companies that's up there. Blackstone Capital, American Homes for Rent. You know these companies. Land Smith. Multi-billion-dollar hedge fund companies that buys residential properties all across America. Imagine having the opportunity to directly message these people without having to send an invite, waiting. Oh man, I hope that guy sees my invite. I hope he just connects with me and I hope he sees my message. No, we're going to immediately contact these guys. Once again, we're going to do an aggressive guerrilla approach to this. Especially if our family needs us, especially if we are at a dire time of needing some money. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize what I have done over and over again, and we're going to send out at least 50 to 100 messages until we get some feedback from some of these companies. And guys, just because you're in Chicago, just because you're in Florida, Alabama, Atlanta, Nevada, doesn't mean that you do not have to network with buyers outside of your state. You have people all across the nation and all across the globe that buys in American real estate. So that does not limit you from not networking in Hong Kong and Japan and companies that exist on LinkedIn Premium. Take advantage of this. If you need to know how to structure it, let me read what I used to send to these buyers all the time. And it says, "Hi, Scott. My name is Rico Smith. I recently connected with you on LinkedIn. I currently own an investment company in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm looking to acquire non-performing notes or properties. And I also have access to some distressed properties at a very low price as well. If you're looking to liquidate or acquire any real estate assets, I'd love to connect with you briefly and talk about it. I know you are busy, so I won't take up too much of your time. Thank you." And I left my contact number. That's how I develop relationships. Okay? And that's the same thing that you have to do. So go ahead. Join LinkedIn Premium tonight. Get your account going and start networking with buyers. Another powerful way, guys, we got to wake up and know that in our areas, we have local RIA meetings. We have local RIA organizations and meetups. Okay? You guys need to find out when are the RIA meetings are going on in your local areas. Find out what day and time they are. Because this gives you the opportunity and time to go network with major multimillionaire buyers. Remember, the real estate RIA is where every major real estate player plays. I don't care what city and state you're in. If I was to fly to Seattle, Washington tomorrow, I would go close a real estate deal because I'm going to go research where the local RIA meetings are held, and I'm going to go network. I'm going to find out where your buyers are buying properties in, go set up an active campaign and make some bread. I'm not going to make no excuse. That's how easy it is to go out there and find buyers. Now, I got people out there that's afraid of, like I said, stepping out of that phobia, you know, getting over that fear of looking somebody in their eyes and letting them know they're serious, that they want to work with them. I'm going to tell you something, guys. You got one life right now to live. One life. You can't do it again twice. You can't do it 3 times. Think about that. If you think about that, dang, I got one life to live. If I don't act now with all my might, I'm not going to be nothing. It's as simple as that. Or worse, my family suffers. So you're going to have to get your butt up and walk yourself into these real meetings and network with the buyer so you can start getting your business developed. You gotta push yourself to success, guys. All right. Now, we're going to get to the juicy information that I know a lot of you all want to know out there. How to lock properties under contract and close the deal. Okay. We're going to talk about the purchase contract. The purchase contract is one of the most important pieces of paper that you're going to have in your business as a wholesaler. The purchase contract allows you to control that piece of property and lock it down when you negotiate terms with the motivated seller. Okay. When you lock that property down with the purchase contract, I want you to know you have the right to assign your rights out of that contract to an end buyer. That gives you that legal right to do that, because on that purchase contract, it's going to say buyer / and or assigns. You are about to partake in an assignment. That's why it says assignments there. If you choose that option, okay, you as an American citizen in America have the right to control a piece of property with the backing of a closing attorney. That's what I'm going to tell you about a little bit later, okay? So the purchase contract is something that's very, very important. And it's something that I always help my students with too. I walk them through the contract and through each of the clauses so they can understand it, okay? The assignment contract. Write that down. The assignment contract. The assignment contract is basically the compensational agreement between you and your buyer. Remember, the purchase contract is an agreement between you and your seller. So if you've agreed on terms with your seller that you are to buy the house for $60,000 and it's worth $150,000, then you're going to look to make hopefully $10,000 on that deal. So you're going to assign your rights out of that purchase contract to your end buyer with the assignment contract. Okay. And if you're going to sell it to your buyer for $70K, we're going to put on the assignment contract that our buyer is going to pay us $10,000 at the end of closing. Okay. I hope that you guys are writing down notes, because the assignment contract is very important. You cannot get paid without the assignment contract. Remember that. You cannot get paid without the assignment contract. And what you're going to do, once you get the purchase contract signed with the seller, once you get the assignment contract signed between you and your buyer, you take those 2 pieces of paper to the closing attorney. Okay. And when you take them to the closing attorney, what's going to happen is the closing attorney is going to pull title on that property. Make sure that that property doesn't have any outstanding liens or judgments or debt against that house. Remember, a house cannot be sold if that person owes more or owes something more than what you're trying to get the house for. Okay. So if that person owes $100,000 to the IRS, that looks like that deal is going to be dead. Even though it's a $150,000 house, you got it at 60. You're going to sell it to your buyer at 70. Looks good. Seller owes $100,000, and it only came up because of the title pool. So remember, it's very important. Now, when the property actually closes, this is where you're going to pick up your check. You're going to pick up your check at the title company. Okay. Once the closing attorney get done, it only takes her about 5 to 7 days, because you're going to work with the all cash buyer. You're not going to work with the buyer who's going to need to be, applying for a loan at the bank. Okay. So you pick up your check there and you get to take a picture. All right. There you have it, guys. We just went over the exact process you can use to find underpriced houses, find buyers, lock houses under contract, and get paid from real estate, which I know you all want. Now, guys, like I said, I'm sorry for the glitch. If everything has been clear, if my screen is working, I haven't seen any activity on the chat box, please, instead of pressing 1, press 10. Let me see you guys press 10. And let me know you're ready for me to go to the next slides, because I got some juicy stuff for you guys. Press 10 in the chat box. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks. Thank you, guys. A lot of 10s. Awesome. Thank you. Let's go. Yes. All right. Going on to the next. All right, guys. So there you have it. I just laid out the exact framework used to generate millions in revenue in wholesale real estate. Now, you guys see the value in this process? Wholesaling becomes so much easier when you have a framework you can follow. Now, but Rico, what about the other important parts of the wholesaling process? And I know you guys are out there like, okay, that's good, but it has to be more. And it is. You know, things like setting up appointments or talking to the sellers. What do I say to us? How do I learn how to negotiate? Do you have some type of script, Rico, and negotiating deals? How about finding the most motivated sellers? You got so many deals out there, but you can't get a deal without finding the right one motivated seller. So, guys, I want to know who's interested in learning my entire wholesaling process from start to finish. Okay, start to finish. How to find houses, set appointments every week. How to find houses, set appointments every week. I'm not talking about 2 weeks or next week. I'm talking about every week, every single week. That's key. How to find the most motivated sellers. What secret strategy that I use to find the most motivated sellers? How to structure your deals for maximum profit. You want the most bang for your buck when you're getting these deals. And my exact negotiation strategies used to close the deal. And the exact contracts we use. Even more in-depth training on wholesaling and direct mail marketing, because best believe me, there's a science behind direct mail marketing. And so much more. It's so much more. It's just a lot. All right. Now, look, you got two options. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it real. Option one, you can try to talk to the buyers yourself without no help. You know, you cannot know if people are ripping you off. How many of us are seeing these consistent pre-recorded ads of real estate programs and, hey, join my program, and you don't know what's real from fake right now because everything is so automated. You watch a webinar now, it's going to be pre-recorded. You can't hit a guy in his chat box and he's going to respond or, you know, say your name. You can do that option. It's so much out there. You can waste time. You can keep wasting your time, keep staying at the same job. You know, I'm going to get into that wholesale real estate. Man, I'm going to do it. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna do it. And no, don't get me wrong. You can go on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with going on YouTube, but it gets a problem when you constantly going on YouTube over and over and over and over again, looking at the same information. It looks like you stuck in an analysis of paralysis situation. It becomes a problem when you're doing it and not putting in any action behind it. Or you could drive around and look for houses and keep psyching yourself up in this illusionary world like you're making something happen. No, you're not. You keep driving. You keep looking at I'm going to get that house one day. Nah. Then you see somebody renovate it the next week. Come on. Or you can keep reading the same books over and over again. You know what? I need to read that Rich Dad, Poor Dad book and get remotivated, get reamped so I can get me some properties. Come on. We're not going to do that no more. Or you can look at real options that we have for you, which is option 2. Let us guide you through the process using the system we've already proved that works, that lacks in this real estate education community. They want to sell you some watered down, bottled up bull crap that they're not even involved in. They just want to suck your money out. Or you get every part of our system set up and running for you within a matter of days. That's how intentional I am. I'm going to get your business up running. Think about that. The next step. Now, would you like to hear about how to have this done for you? Everything that I've just detailed. How to have it set up and created and structured for you without you having to worry about all of the legwork. Think about that. Put in the Q&A box you ready right now. I need to see if everybody ready. It's finna get serious right now. Let me know if you ready. I need to know who's ready right now. Dennis, I know you ready, boss. I know you ready. Let me know you're ready right now. It's time. Give you real game. 8 years of being in the business. And I'm talking about specifically staying in my lane. You got so many people. Well, Rico, you know, wholesaling sounds good, man, but I want to get in and buy and flip. I want to get in and buy and hold. You know, I stayed in my lane and I stacked my money. I didn't veer off. I stayed in wholesaling because I knew wholesaling was going to provide true freedom for me. I know everybody's ready right there. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's ready. Now, guys, it's time. Let's go ahead for the real revolution. Introducing the wholesale revolution, the first full-blown wholesale real estate training course that will make you never have to worry about money again. You will never have to worry about money again once you understand this system. And that's something I never have to do. I never have to worry about money again, which is one of my main concerns in my life that bothered me. Sometimes I couldn't even sleep. Ran by someone who was actually built a multi-six-figure business and sold 450 plus properties. That's a fact. You can research that and document that. When you know how to sell houses, you will always feel confident in your ability to make more money. Think about that. Think about having that confidence to go outside and know you're going to make 5,000. No matter what them bills collectors doing, calling you, no matter who you owe, you can pay it with no concern. Now, inside the wholesale revolution, I got 6 modules. I'm gonna 6 modules where I'm gonna break this whole thing down for you. Okay. Now, this is module 1. Module 1 is the foundation for wholesale real estate success. We must build a solid foundation in our business. You got so many people who I just want to get in and make some quick money, see how I can hit a quick lick. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna set up a real foundation for you. Okay. Module 2. How to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. Stop using those old, rusted, busted methods that don't work. You need to use the stuff that's going to work for you today. Okay? It's that simple. Now, how to negotiate and close deals on command this week. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about this week. That's what we're doing. We're being intentional and aggressive in this approach. Module 4. The place where you close your deals. You got so many people out there do not know what a title company is. They do not know that they have to have a title company to close the deal in the first place. And that's what we're going to talk about. Module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit. What you going to do when you make the money? You got to save it. You can't piss it off. You got to strategically put yourself in position to build wealth when you make money. So many times we make these big assignment checks and we take an immediate vacation. We buy over expensive jewelry. We put ourselves in a position and it's almost like we're in a rut. We starting back over from ground zero. We're going to have a real plan created for you. And then we're going to go on module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double closing. Most people, they heard of a double closing, but don't know what it is specifically. We're going to go over that. All right. The wholesale revolution. Now, this training will give you the exact framework on every part of the wholesale real estate process to follow, a proven framework. We're going to use this framework over and over again to get whether it's your first $5K a month or we're going to scale it to $25K monthly. It's all on your individual hustle and how bad you want it. Okay. Now, module 1. The foundation for a wholesale real estate success. I want to go over the basis of wholesale real estate and how to make sure you're not going to get ripped off. You know, you have to understand that being a wholesaler, you are the middleman in this business. Your main aim and job is to connect buyers and sellers together. In essence, you're not flipping the house, guys. You're flipping a piece of paper. And remember that you cannot close a wholesale deal without the backing of a reputable closing attorney at a title company. Remember that. If you have common sense, and you can harness on that basic knowledge, you will be successful. Now, in module 1, I will go over everything, and I will recommend for you to begin the reverse wholesaling process. Now, you remember when I gave you my story in 2 minutes, and I said I found the magical system? That's what I meant. The reverse wholesaling system changed my whole business. It stopped 3 years of failure immediately. And the reverse wholesaling process is basically, you're going to reverse the idea of you having to go out there and find a house first. We're not going to do that. We're going to reverse it and find buyers first. If we cultivate and develop genuine relationships with buyers first, find out where they're buying, then guess what? We can set up a targeted marketing campaign, and we can take those specific properties back to those buyers that buys in those areas and have some deals created and make sense so we won't waste their time. This is why building that solid foundation is so important. Okay? The reverse wholesaling process is the main thing that will allow you to make a lot of money in wholesaling. A lot of these gurus do not talk about this. Now, in module 1, what I'm going to do is walk with you hand in hand and go over how to find the buyers so you don't have to risk any of your own money. And guess what? I already have the buyers. I've been in this business for 8 years. And not only do I have buyers here locally, I have buyers across the United States and out of the country. And so for my students that enroll, they don't have to worry and fret about immediately finding buyers because I give them my buyers. I give them up. From me cultivating genuine relationships with them, I give them access to them. Imagine that. Now, if you can find a program out there that offers that, or, you know, that's out there, let me know because I need to find it. I haven't seen it yet. All right. Module 2, how to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. This one is huge right now. You got so much. I'm telling you, people are lost. They just don't know what to do when finding or when looking for motivated sellers. The proper and most effective way is what I've been saying and preaching the most for me has been direct mail. Now, I want you to remember in module 2, you're going to learn how I select niches and go after the market. You know, you're going to learn how, like I said, I develop relationships with buyers first, and I figure out where they're buying in. I figure out where it's hot first before I set up my marketing channel, such as my direct mail, before I go out and put my bandit signs in those areas where the buyers are buying in. That's how I figure out where the hottest market is. Okay? Now, no more unnecessary, frustrating marketing methods that do not work. We're done with it because we're done with what makes us feel good. We're done with what makes us think we're doing something. We want to do something effectively that's going to actually produce a result. All right. In module 2, we learn how to find the exact properties to target so that you can be assured that the properties are pre-qualified for you to buy. Why are you wasting time on a house where the buyer doesn't even buy in this area? You're wasting his time. Well, I think it's a good deal, Rico. I think if I just get the contract on it and exalt myself 30 days, I think I can find it. Well, you know what? Look, I don't think that is effective. I think that's the most frustrating way to find an end buyer. Won't you go cultivate a relationship first, figure out where he's buying in, then go spend your money in those areas so you can have a cost-efficient campaign. I hope I'm making sense out there. All right. Now, discover the little-known ways in this module to find sellers that nobody thinks about and that kicks ass for wholesaling. It's so many unique ways that you can find motivated sellers that no one knows about. It's incredible. And I thank God for him allowing me to learn this through experience and not me having to, just, never get it or never receive it because I didn't move. I have this in this module too, and it's powerful. And I mean, it kicks ass, guys. All right. Module 3. This is what I love the most. To be honest, one of my most favorite modules in this revolution. And this is why I call it a revolution. Let me be a little bit more specific with you guys when I say how in module 3 on how to negotiate and close deal on command this week. Learn about the exact contracts you need to close your deal and how to structure the contract for your benefit. Most people say, well, what contracts do I use? How do I even lock the contract down on the house? I'll walk you through that in that module. You just don't purchase a kit and you go out there by yourself and you try to figure it out all on your own. I'll walk you through it. I'll let you know what each individual clause means and states so you can have a clear, concise sense of understanding with clarity. The better you understand what you're doing, the more effective you will be in your business, guys. You got to understand what you're doing. And I want to make sure I personally get involved in your life so you can know what you're doing. That's how aggressive I am on this. That's why my coaching program is the #1 coaching program in America, hands down. And then I want to show you how to understand the difference between a real estate agent and a wholesaler. You got so many people out there. Hey, man, look, you got to have a license to do real estate. I don't care what you say. You keep going to these little meetings and stuff and people telling you you can do real estate with no license. They don't know what they're talking about. They're ignorant, y'all. And so sometimes a person doesn't have to be a bad individual. They're just ignorant. They just don't know. So I'm going to break down that paradigm in you and show you the difference between a real estate agent and a real estate wholesaler. And we're going to put an end to that for once and for all. All right? Now, we're going to talk about how to negotiate with your sellers to arrange a maximum profit in a win-win situation with your buyer. That's something that I offer in my coaching program that most of these coaching programs don't offer you. I'm not going to give you no motivated seller script. I don't believe in motivated seller scripts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be intentional with you. So when the sellers call you from your direct mail marketing campaign, you are to put me on the phone so I can negotiate the deal for you. Do you see why I call this a revolution? Now, if you can find somebody that's willing to take their time out of their day and negotiate your deal for you so you can learn how to effectively negotiate, let me know. Let me know right now. That's true edification. I was tired of spending those overpriced programs and these so-called gurus out here that called themselves real estate investors, but they was not. So I had to figure it out myself. I was frustrated sitting in the dark, sometimes in the closet in my room, trying to talk to these sellers on my own. And I had to figure out my way. And I did. And I'm so thankful that I did. And I got it on my own. And now I'm going to help my students learn that. And so you mean to tell me if I get you on the phone and help you negotiate your deal after the 15 to 20 time and give you the opportunity, hopefully you won't be able to, you will learn how to negotiate? It's that simple. I'm going to walk you through your deal and help you negotiate. That's 8 years of experience. Think about that. I would have wanted somebody to just take their time out and put me on the phone so they can negotiate with me. That's all I needed, because all I needed was to listen to that person 4 times, but they were so busy. And every time I called their company, I would have to talk to a salesman group that didn't even participate in real estate. That's how bullcrap these programs are out here. And I'm going to eradicate it and show them how a real company works. Now, on top of that, in module 3, I have the contracts included for digital download. So you don't have to figure out, oh, where do I go find the contracts? The contracts are in the back office. So download the contracts. And if you have any questions with me, we could talk about those contracts and I'm going to walk you through them. We got module 4, the place where you close your deal. Exactly how to position yourself as the expert by building relationships with title companies. 95% of the competition, they don't know what to do. And this is a little secret for you. You got to go build relationships with the people that close your deals, because the more relationships you build with them, guess what? The quicker your deal is going to close. Title companies get busy with wholesalers. And if they got 80 deals to close that week, then guess what? If you took the time to develop relationships with them, they're going to be the first people to put your deal in first position to close. And on time. You don't have to wait 30 days for your deal to close if you got solid relationships built up. This is something they're not going to tell you. You got to go above and beyond. This is what we do in module 4. It gets a little deeper and intricate now. And in-depth details on how to gather the info you need to set yourself up for an easy close. How to get the closing attorneys to close your deals at rapid speed. I'm talking about like that, just as I stated to you. And then one little secret that will allow you to become the best wholesaler in the entire title company office. That's what I have done. Every time I go into the title companies, hey, Rico, how you doing today? How's everything going? I get a conversation started because it's personable now. Every time they close my deals, guess what I teach my students to do? I give them brownies. I give them something. I give them a gift, $100 gift card. Think about it. These people sit in this office for 8 hours to 12 hours a day, closing on houses, and they watch millions of dollars come across their desk, and none of those investors participate in their lives. Just to say, well, how was your day or how you doing? Well, I want to go above and beyond and give you something for my appreciation because I'm thankful for you. And that's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to build your business up with a solid foundation with the title companies, okay? And then at the title company, I'm going to show you where to go pick up your checks when the deal's closed. It's that simple, okay? All right, now, module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit. Financial planning. I want to take you by hand and show you how to close your deal using a proven framework. Proven framework that it has taken me years to develop. And I want to show you that in a matter of 30 to 45 minutes in which you can replicate immediately. That's why I created MadPaper Coaching, to take all of the years of my hard work and sacrifice and pour it into you so you can have your learning curve at a rapid speed. Now, what do you do with the profits you earn from wholesaling? Where do you take them? What do I do? Do I just put it all back in marketing? Do I put half back in marketing? Do I put some in savings? I want to show you how to build your capital and become an ultimate wholesale entrepreneur and think differently. You're going to discover the 52-week savings secret in module 5, which a lot of wholesalers don't harness, because when the seasons get rough, you got to have money stacked up. You got to be able to move and position yourself as a true hustler and entrepreneur. So if something hits you, you can always go back to your cash reserves from you closing your deals and take the hit a little bit better. It's about saving and looking for, the future and having a big vision, guys. And then you're going to learn the secrets of asset allocation in module 5. What assets can I buy? Do I build a separate internet business? Or, do I want to buy and hold property with my income that I develop in attaining from wholesaling? Think about that. I want to really show you how you can position yourself as a money-making machine in this business in module 5. All right. Now, guys, if I'm giving you intense information right now with these modules, give me some engagement and let me know that it's impactful and this is something different. Give me a 2 in the chat box, something different, y'all. Just let me know y'all hearing me and getting this feedback. We're almost done with those modules. Yes. Thank you, Dennis. Dennis ready. He ain't playing. James, Adrian, Tawana. Nothing but feedback. Thank you guys for that. All right, let's go. Module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double closing. In module 6, there's many techniques to find and contact billion-dollar companies. I'm talking about retail buyers to buy your houses. These guys are bigger than the local guys that's in your local market. And it's okay to have them under your belt, but we want to work with the big boys, okay? We want to see how to close a deal with 15K profit with the hedge fund company in module 6. I want to show you how you can do that and mark your property up to a number where they will still buy it because they're highly competitive. They don't care. They just want the deal. Okay. How to make more money than you ever thought was possible through wholesaling while working with the hedge fund companies. Guys, one of my first checks of working with a hedge fund company through my direct mail was $20,000 in one check. So, come on now. We're talking about financial switch ups and a real financial move here. All right. How to make more money than you ever thought was possible. Again, through wholesaling while working with the hedge fund company. How to build relationships with multimillionaires. How do you take the time to develop relationships with multimillionaires? How do you talk their lingo, their knowledge? How do you get them to be your mentor? That's what we do in module 6. And most importantly, I by hand give you access to some of them. Okay? How to perform a double closing. Hint, this is very important. Most people don't understand. They understand the assignment contract. You put your compensation fee on the assignment. But what if you're about to make 30 grand and you want to hide that? I want to show you how to use transactional funding with the title companies to get your deal done. That's a double closing. Module 6 is deep. And then the technical aspects of the double closing process, in which some get lost when explained. So I want to break that down to you in detail so you can understand it. All right. Now, guys, it's been a long time. It's been a long minute for having you. I want to thank you, and I appreciate you for staying, but I want to give you a bonus, man. I want to give you a bonus, my self-development secrets for free. Learn the 11 forgotten universal laws, which will transform your life in wholesaling and beyond, something in which I believe. We're going to learn how this can impact your business massively from the 80% mental and 20% know-how rule. Okay, this is very powerful. I believe this is 80% self-development and 20% know-how, guys. So you got to have innate desire to win in this. Discover the power of your subconscious mind, our God-given ability that many of us are asleep on and we have forgotten about. We don't even know what's up there. Learn the secret money information that will attract money to your life instantly. What do I say to myself? I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. The powerful money information that I say to myself over and over again and get my subconscious charged up to attract wealth into my life. This is what I believe. This is how I am getting the money that I am making. It's not just because I know real estate tips and strategies. It's because I equip myself with the self-development tools to win. All right, I'm going to get you guys that for free. Now, so much will be done. So much will be done. Look, everybody, this is the exact framework I have used and shown to others to help build themselves to 5 to 6 figure businesses through wholesale real estate. Okay. You can have new set appointments within the week. Once you get your new system in place, it will change your life. This is the beginning of a revolution, guys. I'm telling you right now, every day in this program, people are getting checks. If you don't believe me, go on my Instagram right now and see my new student, Vincent, who just got his deal closed. Okay. We are changing lives and we are promoting it and we showing it, because if you say you doing it, then show it. That's all we're saying. If you say you that coach, if you say you doing it, let's see it. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. All right. Bonuses. I got more bonuses for you. Now, here's a bonus again, how to develop a winning mindset. The same concepts I use to program my mind for success, I'm going to give them to you. And another bonus for getting in the wholesale revolution. I'm going to give you a personal phone call. I'm going to show you how intentional I am. How many of us purchase a program? I'm not going to say any names, but when we purchased that program, we wanted that guy or that lady to give us a call or have their personal phone number and have them talk to us. How many times did we get that opportunity? Listen, this is a revolution. And that word is not to be taken lightly. When I was stuck paying for these overpriced, watered down, bottled up seminars and coaching platforms, I could never actually call someone and talk to a real person when I needed help. When I was in my room and I needed someone to get on the phone and talk to that seller, I needed help. Well, today that all changes with the wholesale revolution. Okay. We are the only real estate coaching program that offer this. There's nothing out there like this. You can't find it. That's going to be realer than me and aggressive and intentional than me. And then another bonus, I'm going to give you access to the Wholesale Revolution community where you can network with a community of like-minded individuals and successful students that have been through my program across the United States. Okay. That's very, very powerful, guys. You know, being able to have a deal in another city and network with somebody that may be in your same city in our group, you guys can meet together and network and see how you can get that deal done. You know, this community is one of the greatest things that I think that I've created. I think I'm on to something. And I want millions of people in this community networking with each other. And guess what? I'm active on that community. If you comment, if you leave a message, if you put something on my wall, I'm going to write you back. Unlike most of these programs out here, they don't even write you back. You put a comment on a Facebook page and it's sitting up for months. So if you want to be intentional and you want to talk to me, let's go. Now, let's go over these 6 modules that I just went over tonight. The Wholesale Revolution. Module 1, we went over the foundation for a wholesale real estate success. Building your foundation. Okay? Knowing that you have to have a solid foundation built up with relationships from the buyers in your local market. Module 2, how to find the hottest and most lucrative marketing channels. We're done with the frustrating and unnecessary old outdated ways that do not work. Let me give you ways that do work because I'm using them each and every single day in my business to eat and pay my bills. All right. Module 3, how to negotiate and close deals on command this week. People want, I mean, look, people want to know how to close a deal. And so if you tell them easily how to close a deal, it can be done. And I'm going to show you that. And so all you have to do is take that information in the module and go implement it and get that deal done that week. Module 4, the place where you close your deals, the title company. What does that look like? Where do we go? I mean, does the seller go there? Do we send the purchase contract and assignment there? We talk about that in Module 4. Module 5, closing the deal and financial planning for long-term benefit, saving our money, putting our money in assets, strategically taking what we are doing from wholesaling and building wealth. Module 6, partnering with hedge funds and how to perform a double closing. What most people don't know, hedge funds are the biggest buyers out there right now in the world that can gobble up a whole bunch of real estate, including commercial, at billions of dollars. And then you want to learn how to perform a double closing so you can make $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 checks with these hedge fund companies. Okay. And then we got a bonus, how to develop a winning mindset. I need to structure your whole body and your mind to be equipped and ready to win. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you that for free as a bonus. And then I'm going to give you a personal phone call when you get in the revolution. Show you how intentional I am. Let's talk about your game plan. Okay. You know, let me congratulate you. Let me learn a little bit about yourself. And then access to the Wholesale Revolution community. Okay. Where you can network with like-minded individuals that has the same thinking pattern as us and you. That's wonderful. Now, with everything that I've just mentioned here in these modules, in the Wholesale Revolution, this total value is $10,673. Think about that. $10,673. Now, if all you did was bring an extra $5,000 a month in your household, think about it. Would it be worth a one-time investment of $10,673? If that's all you did was brought an extra $5,000 a month to your household, what would it feel like to be able to know and feel confident to wholesale real estate without risking any of your own money right now? What would it feel like? Okay. What would it feel like to be able to know and feel confident to wholesale real estate without risking any of your own money? Think about that. You're not putting out a lot of investment into this. What would it be like to finally quit your job and take that vacation you always dreamed of? Give you the security that your family would be taken care of. Think about that. Give you the security and know that your family will always be taken care of from wholesale real estate. Your own schedule and wake up when you want and not have to worry about some nosy, loud, nagging alarm clock. Just get you out of your peaceful sleep and wake up when you want to. Would it be worth $2,997? Almost $3,000? Think about that. Is it worth that? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna do this for just a limited time, and I'm, once again defying the odds, giving more value than I really should probably charge people for this moment tonight. I'm gonna do a 48-hour live webinar special offer, and it took me a long time to get with my partner and for us to even allow me to do this. But you could get the Wholesale Revolution today for only $1,497. That's $1,497. And I'm going to do a 48-hour webinar special price right now. And this is limited to the first 10 buyers for access to this. Look at all the value that I'm giving you. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this link in the chat box so you guys can know where to go specifically to go ahead and sign up right now. We're not going to waste no time. And when you do, I'm going to see you sign up and we're going to have a conversation. I want to talk to you and know that you're serious. Right now, I want to open this out, a 48-hour live webinar special for $1,497. And not only that, I'm going to do you a 30-day refund guarantee. I know you've been working hard, saving your money, and you don't have certain money to just risk like that. So what I want you to do is know that I'm going to do a 30-day based refund guarantee. You watch the videos and you do the prospecting methods I outlined, and you still feel the information wasn't worth it, then no questions asked. You're going to get your money back. I don't play around like that. If you feel like the information that you have received wasn't impactful, if it's not for you, let us know. We're going to give your money back. All right. So I want you to go right now. Look, they signing up. All right. I see it signing up. We got 3 that sign up. So I got about 7 spots left. They taking action right now. www.thewholesalerevolution.com/go. And guys, once again, this is why I can prove it to you, because I got testimonials and more testimonials. People like to see the proof in the pudding. I don't just talk about it. I do walk the walk, guys. And I have created true successes that has came from my company in my program. And I can help you as well. I got about 7 spots left. You can join right now in the Wholesale Revolution for $14.97. And we can get your business up and running. And I want to walk you through your business. I'm going to talk to your sellers. I'm going to give you the contracts you need to get your deals closed. I'm going to help you set up your direct mail marketing campaign. And we're going to have a long working journey together. Nothing will be automated. You're going to have me throughout your journey leading up to your first deal. Okay? Think about how powerful that is. We got more testimonials that popped up. I got one of my guys, my students in Klein, Craig from Atlanta. Let's read what he said. He said, man, it's been about a year since we have spoke, but I wanted you to know that I finally got my first deal. I felt I owed you the respect to know that, especially because I started with you. Peace, Craig Jones from Atlanta. What we got, it says, the link is not working for me. Is something wrong? Hold on. We're going to check that. Make sure that's working right. 1 second.
Ask me what he needs.
The Wholesale Revolution. Did I spell it wrong? I spelled it wrong. Sorry, guys. Good call. Wholesale. Is that it?
No, with the L.
Right there. Sorry.
.com/go.
There it is, guys. Sorry, I made a mistake. Neefy. Neef burn. There you go. All right. Let's read another testimonial. It says, hey, Rico, it's Nikki from your class earlier. What you are doing is amazing. We wanted to talk a little more, but we had to get to our sitter. We came to your class for the information, but we came to see what kind of person you truly are. And energy does not lie nor hide. You are impeccable. For you to give your information and resources to help others bypass the obstacles you overcame is inspiring and motivational. We'll definitely be attending many more classes. Thank you. And that's why, once again, it's a revolution. Because as she stated, I give my information and resources up. That's something that a lot of these programs don't do. They just give you some information they think you can learn and read and study and apply on your own, but you're not going to have a high chance of success. I'm going to walk you through your deal. You're going to have access to my personal phone number each and every single day. That's why this is a revolution again. And I'm going to do another fast action bonus for the people that have stayed this far. A lot of people, they have left, but you have stayed. So if you join immediately and you're going to receive an extra personal phone call from me to get you motivated and help set up a game plan. So I'm going to give you a call, congratulate you on getting the program. But most importantly, we need to have a separate phone call conversation about your game plan, about your action strategies, about, getting you started, setting up and running. Okay, that's going to be very, very important. All right. All right, now join the Wholesale Revolution right now. I just put in the correct link. And I'm going to put it in the chat box a couple of more times. I messed up, guys, on the first one. Sorry about that. This is the correct link here to sign up. thewholesalerevolution.com/go. Guys, I have classes also locally here in Memphis, Tennessee, every single Saturday. As you can see here, these are my classes. But I also, I do tours. I've been to Brooklyn, New York, to meet some of my students in New York. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to Nashville, Houston, Texas, Dallas. And we're going to more cities. We're going to hit more cities, California, Florida, to connect with more students nationwide. I'm just not some rinky-dink guy on the internet that's creating these ads that wanted you to get here to see this. I have something real that is alive and living and is doing exceptionally well. Okay, and I can prove that to you with the pictures. Yeah, if you order, it says if you order right now, I'm going to give you a call immediately. You want to wait to later this week to purchase? Hey, man, if you keep your word and you purchase this week, I'll still give you a call and I'll still honor the bonuses for you. How about that? Just make sure after this webinar is over that you actually send us your email or send us some type of contact information on you so we can follow up with you, okay? And once again, guys, I'm nationwide. I'm not just local. I've helped students accelerate their process in getting a deal. I just didn't teach someone something and charge them and leave them. I've actually stayed to their close they deal. That's the difference between my program. Okay. Now, this is about much more than just wholesale real estate. This is the beginning of something huge. This is a big passion for me. And I know you guys can see it after tonight. You're going to learn how to develop a winning mindset. Learn how to create income on command. And right now it says only 10 spots. I got about 6 right now. James said he's going to purchase tomorrow when you get paid. All right, it's 48 hours, James, so you got time, man. And thank you for being engaged. Now, guys, join the Wholesale Revolution today. Again, I just sent that link, an email, or I can I'm going to send you an email right now so you can have it. Okay. All right, there you go. Make sure you put that in there. And guys, let me say this before, we getting close to the end. With the wholesale revolution and you having it in your possession, imagine going into the casino and being able to have the ability to sit down at blackjack at the crap table or a slot machine and have this magic touch of not losing. Imagine that. Each machine you hit, you can hit the jackpot. This is similar to the wholesale revolution because of me being able to, phenomenally been in this business for over 8 years and done all those deals. I have the expertise that can accelerate you to a deal. I don't care where you're at, whether you're in California, you're in New York, you're in Seattle, you back on down to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to push you and help you get a deal. Okay. So join the wholesale revolution. Join it today. Don't wait. Don't think about, oh man, I gotta go see. Just get in the game and let me go ahead and position you to win. Wholesale real estate has provided a powerful lifestyle for me, as you can see. I love BMW. I'm a big fan of BMW, and to have the 645. I've been able to have the actual Grand Coupe of the 640, and leading up to now, I have the new BMW i8, and guys, it is sick. I love it. I love driving it every day. But not only, does it provide a luxurious lifestyle for me, I'm able to develop relationships with students. I'm able to have these people and call them, friends and associates, and be able to participate in their lives and actually walk them through their deals. And as you can see, I've developed a powerful relationship here with my girlfriend, Callie. She's been my partner for me for over the past 6 years of being in this business. We have been through ups and downs. We have traveled, as you can see here in this picture. We're in New York City in Times Square. And we took the time to go actually visit some students in New York during that time. And I'm thankful to have her in my life. And guys, we look forward to meeting you when you get into the wholesale revolution. So what happens next? You're going to go to the Wholesale Revolution website to join. All right. And Once again, the website is www.thewholesalerevolution.com/go. Let's go ahead and get in. Now, guys, as I promised, we have made it to the Q&A section. Guys, if you have any questions that has been on your mind throughout this webinar, go ahead and hit it in the chat box. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be intentional, and I'm going to hit everyone's question up directly. So hit me with some questions, guys. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. Catch me while you got me right now. Any questions, guys? Questions. Give me some. I know you got questions. Every good student has questions to advance themselves in the big battlefield of life. Questions. Questions will help you. Questions will help propel you. Is Memphis a good market? Memphis is a phenomenal market. Memphis is the #2 city in America to invest in real estate. You got people all over the world that loves Memphis, Tennessee. You got people from Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand that loves to buy properties in Memphis. But let me say this. Every market is good. Every market is good. Even if they say a certain market is bad. You know why? Because it all depends on your level of determination to go out there and make something happen. I don't care if it's an up or down market, man. I'm going to make sure I'm going to make a deal happen. All right, guys. Could you break down the lead count? All right, Dennis, that's a good question. Lead count ratio. To be able to dictate how many leads will it take me to be able to dictate how much money I'm going to make a month. That's your lead count ratio from direct mail marketing. So once again, in order to dictate your lead count ratio, you must track your marketing campaigns consistently. All right. So if you're doing 1,000 leads every single month and you're making 12,000 from 1,000 leads, you need to know why and how. You need to know how many leads it took you to get that first 2,500. Okay. So from 1,000 leads, if you got 50 phone calls or average out between 47 to 48 phone calls from that, that's going to be your number. And from your negotiation ability of you talking to those 47 to 50 people, you're going to have a certain average of deals that you can close from their phone call conversations. But you can only know that when you track that down. Okay. So once you track that down, you will be able to know that following year, after 12 months of, investing in your direct mail campaigns and tracking down your leads, you will be able to know, hey, if I do 1,000 leads this year, I know I'm going to get, 50 phone calls, and I know I'm going to make about 10 to 12 grand. That's the science behind your lead count ratio. I don't want to give you too much, of course, for free, but hopefully that pinpointed you and put you in the right direction. I want to give them everything for free, Dennis. But that was a great question. I didn't expect that one. Guys, give me some more questions. More questions, guys. I know you got some questions for me. What you got? Do you teach other strategies? Oh yeah, I teach a lot of strategies. Over 100 strategies to be specific. But yes, I teach way more than one strategy in the wholesale revolution. Like I said, this is a very aggressive approach of getting you started. And I equip you with a lot of other strategies. Yes, I do. Give me some more questions, guys. We need some engagement. I want to show you that, I'm intentional. And for those that just signed up in the program, I'm going to call you guys in the few as soon as I end the webinar so we can get you started. You're not going to be sitting there waiting. You're not going to be having got your credit card out, signed up, and you're sitting there waiting like, man, I signed up and waiting on this guy to call me. Damn. No, I'm going to call you immediately. How do you find the best title company? Remember this, James. When you're a wholesaler, the way to find title companies is to work through your buyer. Your expert buyer has been closing with a reputable title company for years because he's a cash buyer. So as you build relationships with that buyer, James, you're going to ask him a question. Hey, man, where do you close your deals? Okay. He's going to tell you where he closes his deals, and he's going to give you the name of his closing agent. That's the person that you need to go see and develop a relationship with, because you're going to get into the flow of transactions. You're going to get into the flow of transactions. If an expert buyer has already been closing with a reputable title company, you're not a real estate investor yet. So you don't need to find no individual title company. You need to find the reputable title companies that the buyers already work with, so you can smoothly get into the flow of transactions, meaning that, hey, when you go to that title company office, James, you're going to say, hey, my name is James. I work alongside with my buyer, Kurt Davis, and he told me to come here to network with you so I can properly position my wholesaling contracts to you and not waste time. So that's how you find the title companies. You find the title companies through the buyers. Okay. And like I said, a lot of these people don't tell you that because they just don't. They sell you this bull crap information. Now, when you get to the point to where you want to graduate from becoming a wholesaler to a real estate investor, then you will have the option of choosing which preferred title companies you want to work with. All right. All right. Got you, James. Hopefully that helps you out, man. Guys, give me some questions. I got about 3 more minutes. I got to call these students that just signed up. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for staying on in this webinar. It was a pleasure. I've had a great time expressing my passion to you, expressing my love for the game. I hope that the information that I've given you tonight was impactful, and I hope that you can take this information and go out there and make a whole bunch of money. Okay. Now, remember, take this action. Take this information and apply massive action to it. Take the information and apply massive action. Guys, I hope you have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Have a great night.